Welcome back, show. This is your host, David Yanez, and we're here at the NRB 2015 with Miss Susie Jennings. How are you, darlings?
I am blessed.
You
David.
are blessed.
Thank you.
We're glad that this was an interview we got together just today, I think. Was it last night? Something. I think it was last night, and then we moved her around twice. Bless her soul. She's downstairs in the convention center. I passed you 2 or 3 times, and she's over there she's just over there working the convention. I'm like, I thought she was selling cars.
I'm selling Jesus.
Amen. Amen. Susie, tell us just a little bit about yourself and your testimony. Then we're going to get into your book, 31 Days of Mountaintop Miracles.
Well, I'm Susie Jennings. I'm a nurse by profession, but I'm a servant by choice. I'm also a widow. I founded Operation Care International, which is a homeless ministry.
Okay.
And it started in 1993 when my husband of 9 years, David Jennings, left our home. For a month, he was missing. He was suffering from a chemical imbalance called serotonin deficiency.
Okay.
And then we found him a month later in Oklahoma, and we live in Texas. We found him in Oklahoma, and David committed suicide.
Oh, wow.
We found him in the hills of Atoka, Oklahoma, and he was hiding there for a month. We did not find him because he was in the hills of Oklahoma, and the farmer who owns the farm only would go there once a month. So that's how we found his car.
Wow.
And then...
And how long was he missing yet? I'm sorry.
This was in 1993.
How long was he missing? How many days?
30.
Wow.
So 30 days later, we found him, but he was already a decomposing corpse.
Oh, wow.
And then we buried David a day before Easter, and he was supposed to sing in our church. The title of his song was Heaven, but he was singing it with the Lord. And then 3 months later, I have a car accident, so I could not walk. I became disabled. And then 2 months after that, I was baking a cake in our kitchen.
Okay.
And then 30 feet from me, I saw a lot of policemen. And then I went outside. I said, "Sir, what's going on with my neighbor?" And they said, "Your neighbor just committed suicide."
Oh, wow.
This is 2 suicides in 5 months. And that's when I got mad at God. I got very, very mad at God because how could he give that to me, 2 suicides in 5 months? And that night he gave me a dream, and in my dream I was knocking at my neighbor's doors. I was telling them about Jesus. So the next morning I woke up, and then I remembered the verse. When David was missing, I would read Psalms every day, chapter by chapter. The Lord gave me the verse, Psalms 30 verse 5, that said, "Weeping may endure for a night, joy comes in the morning." So that morning after the dream, I woke up and then I said, "Lord, what can I do for you?" This is what I tell the people: do not ask God, what can you do for him, if you're not prepared. 3 weeks later, I was driving from First Baptist Dallas, going home from the church Sunday worship service, and then I heard a voice. My mother was next to me. I heard a voice. We were driving by Canton Bridge. And then the voice said, "Look at your left side." So I looked, and then I saw about 100 men and women under the bridge living in a cardboard box.
Okay.
As their homes. And then trash bags as windows. It was October of 1993. And then the voice said, "You're going to go there in person." And then I said, "No, not me. I could not stand homeless person. They're crazy to me, and they are lazy.
They are crazy.
They're lazy and bums to me." Okay, because I was an arrogant person.
Okay.
And then this is what the voice said. I said, "No, not me. I'm not going." And then the voice said, "You were the one who asked me, what can you do for me?" Remember, I asked him, "What can I do for you?" And then I got convicted. I said, "Lord, forgive me. What can I bring to these people? These are needy people." And the voice said, "Blankets." And after that, the next day, 24 hours later, I went to Baylor Hospital where I was a nurse supervisor. And then I asked $5 from all doctors and nurses.
Okay.
So we went back on November of 1993, before Thanksgiving. We gave away 100 blankets.
And to those people underneath the bridge?
To those people under the bridge.
Okay.
And then we shared Jesus one-on-one. You could picture the whole bridge covered with 2 people sharing the gospel with a blanket and then homeless person.
Okay.
So we shared Jesus one-on-one. Then after that, on December, we did it the same thing with an evangelist who stood on the pickup truck and preached Jesus.
Okay.
Then after that, the people started calling me the Blanket Lady of Dallas.
The Blanket Lady of Dallas.
I would bring blankets and give them blankets with a gospel tract attached to it. And then out of that, the Lord gave me a dream with my chairman of the board. We have the same vision to hold the largest birthday party for Jesus where the guests are the homeless and the poor children in Dallas-Fort Worth. So we planned that event. But then on December 18, 2004 was the first event. In November 18, we didn't have any money. We only have $20 in the bank, given by a 8-year-old boy who broke his piggy bank and gave it to us and said, "This is all my money. I want to give this to the homeless." That was the 2 fish and 5 loaves that we have. So we only have $20, and a month before the event at the convention center, we already had a convention center ready. Then we have lots of churches that would like to help us to help the homeless on that birthday party, where the homeless will be the guests and the poor children. Well, I remembered praying. I woke up and then I knelt at the foot of my bed. I said, "Lord, you know it's going to be a birthday party for Jesus. It will be such a shame that we don't have any money and it's only 1 month left." I said, "Your name is at stake." That was my prayer to God. 10 hours later, from that prayer, I was at Baylor Hospital. I was nurse supervisor. I got a phone call from the head of my fundraising. And she said, "Susie, I went to my friend this morning. I asked if she could help us have this birthday party for Jesus, where we were expecting 10,000 people to come." And then her friend Dottie is the name, Dottie Thompson, said, "That's interesting because I wanted to give money to charity, but I wasn't able to do it." She said, "How much would it take for you to have this birthday party?" And then my friend Diane said, "We need $100,000 right now to buy for the sleeping bags, blankets, shoes,
Wow,
toys,
that's a lot.
food for the people, coats." And then Daddy just lit up and she said, "How much do you need?" And Diane said, 100,000. She said, "That's exactly the amount I want to give. So I'm going to write you a check." She wrote a check for $100,000.
Wow,
10
amazing.
hours from the time I prayed. It's prayer that works.
Amen. Amen.
Unconditional obedience. That's why I wrote the book, and that
Okay.
story is in the book of 31 Days of Mountaintop Miracles.
Tell us a little bit more stuff that's in here.
Yes, there are 31 stories that happen in Israel, India, Africa, Taiwan, Philippines, and also Dallas.
Okay, tell us about the one in India.
The one in India, oh my gosh, the one in India is so spectacular. One of our doctors that the chaplain was with us that day, and he's a chaplain from Dallas Fort Worth, and he went to India with us. And then when we got to India, the chaplain got very, very, very ill.
Okay.
So we had 2 events to help 2,000 children. We gave away backpacks, T-shirts, school supplies,
Oh, wow.
food for 2,000 children
That's good.
in India, and then we shared Jesus. Well, the chaplain got sick, so he wasn't able to come on the first event. The next event was the next day. When we arrived in our place where we were staying, the owner of the house said, "You need to take your chaplain to the hospital because he is very ill. He had stomach problems
Yeah.
and very, very ill." I said, "Could you please call a doctor?" They said, "No, there's no doctor in this area." So I was heartbroken because I know the event is next day. So if we will take him to the hospital, I could not attend the event. And he could not attend the event. So I prayed, "Lord," I said, "please help us." And then after that, there was the owner of the house running on the stairs, and she was saying, Susie, there's a phone call for you." And he said he is a doctor. But remember, they told me there's no doctor in the area.
Yeah.
I said, "Give me the phone." So I got the phone. I said, "Hello." I said, "What kind of a doctor are you?" And then he said, "I am a medical doctor. I got that email from your friend in Dallas 10 days ago. I just opened the email today. And they told me that I really needed to see you." I said, "Oh my gosh, you need to come here because we have a sick person in the house." He said, "Actually, I'm driving there to you."
Awesome.
It was 10:30 in the evening. And then he helped my chaplain friend. And then he got better. The next day, both of us were in the event with 1,500 Indian children.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's in the book.
That is amazing. Tell them how they can get this book.
They could order it. It's in local bookstores, and also actually Amazon carries it too. And anybody that buys it, all the proceeds go to Operation Care, and it's the homeless and the poor children. We are now in 10 countries: Philippines, India, Africa, Taiwan, China, Indonesia, Cambodia, Israel, Jordan, and also this year will be Brazil. And then the vision for 2020 that I would like to share is that the birthday party for Jesus will be in 50 states on December 19, 2020, wherein evangelism and foot washing will be the trademark of the ministry. And then on the evening, there will be crusades all over the world at 7 o'clock, December 19, 2020, the same date, same time, regardless of time zone, it will happen. So the Party for Jesus birthday party will start at 8 to 3 p.m. December 19, 2020, and then on the evening, 7 o'clock, all over the world, there will be crusades in Philippines, India, Africa,
wow.
Singapore. It's gonna go worldwide. So this is called Christmas movement, and that the whole world will be evangelized in one day, and that millions will be saved.
Amen. Thank you so much for being on the show. We're out of time.
God bless you.
God
Thank
bless you
you.
too. Give me your website one more time.
Our website is opcare.org, opcare.org, and please get the book and get your miracles today.
Absolutely. Get your miracle today. We'll be back with another great guest. God bless you.